Hello, welcome everyone. This is episode 9.
I was thinking 9.
Welcome to episode 9 of the Fit Enough podcast. I'm Matt.
And I'm Sai. And in this podcast, we make fitness simple, strength training simple.
All of the above.
Need to remember that line.
We're getting too sloppy.
Every 2 weeks.
We've just said, because this one's going to be a bit of a freestyle, shock. We're going to set aside some time this weekend, potentially, maybe over a drink, loosen us up, to think about how we want to, I guess, present our ideas a bit better.
Yeah.
With this podcast.
Just what we want
that
to.
fair?
Yeah, what we want to get out of it.
Well, it's for them.
Yeah.
I'm joking.
But like what we actually want to do with it, and
Yeah.
what type of like value we want to give, because it's like easy for us to just have a chat, and that's quite nice. But of course, want to make it as helpful as possible.
Yeah.
So we might be asking our. How many subscribers do we have on Spotify?
Like 2, so we can think
our
for
2
ourselves here.
subscribers. I'm going to ask you.
Yeah, because like there's always a way to bring it back to, I guess, how maybe our experience or our perspective on things can help people out, but also it's nice to have some like chunky bits that people can take away and really like implement straight away, rather than trying to think of like, oh well, Matt and Sai said this, but I'm not too sure, so yeah, we'll do that. Updates.
You may have noticed our matching attire.
Yeah, we are at a critical stage now. Pre-orders is closed.
Yeah. Shout
out to all 2 of you. Because I know you both bought bands. We sold over 100 bands total.
Yeah, 33 people, 34 orders. Our girl Lynn came back for more.
Of course she did.
And 100 bands, so we're pretty pleased. We've got 1,500 units of bands across Australia and the UK, so nearly 10% of that.
100 down? No. Long way to go. But anyway, let's keep it light.
That's
keep it
nearly
positive.
10%. Maybe like 9%.
9% for episode 9.
Yeah.
And then the other thing was that they actually arrived. You can't see them on camera, but we got 10 big boxes of bands next to us. What's that? 900 bands?
Yeah, 900 bands.
Or like 904 or something.
Yeah,
they gave us a couple extra.
Very pleased about that.
Yeah.
Take all the little extras we can get.
So yeah, that was very much a pinch me moment of them finally arriving. Although saying that, I imagined in my head like them having to block off our street, big lorry coming down, trying to like reverse into a spot, us having to like get the driver to help us unload it. It was the smallest van you've ever seen. This guy just basically chucked the boxes out the back of it, and that was it. So yeah. I was underwhelmed.
I cancelled my plans, but like Matt and I both need to be home to be on call for any second that we need to go and help.
It was just a slightly big delivery.
But they're here.
They're here. The guy must have thought we were a bit weird, actually, just like filming the unpacking process.
Big moment.
But there we go. He was part of it. Part of game-changing strength training.
Yeah.
Any other updates?
We are officially a registered design in Australia as well. Forgot to talk about that last week, but in any of the Instagram posts and updates. But that's big news. So we're officially a registered design in the UK and Australia. So that should hopefully protect us from anyone just directly copying what we're doing at the moment with our design on our bands, our progress lines.
Yeah, US. Next up, US. get it registered there.
Yeah. There's literally nothing like it registered. Like, we are, from everything we've been searching, the first ones. So hugely exciting.
Yeah. Do we have any updates that aren't Strongman related?
Council?
Who?
Waverley Council?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I suppose. I'm trying to think of something interesting like that's just going on in our personal lives, but that's not.
Nothing.
Well, we're having a good time anyway. We're having a good time. Yeah, we're doing some classes with the council, so our strength and stretch classes are now going to be like not just offered by us, but also offered by the council at a kind of, well, we get paid an hourly rate by the council, but I assume it's a subsidised price then for the people to come and join. So we're starting that in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And we've got our launch event for Strongband on the 9th.
We do.
So it's all systems go. What we wanted to talk about today, as of 10 minutes ago, was what our training actually looks like at the moment, because I think it's the worst possible example of what we often preach, but also the best possible example of what realistic, like, strength training or just trying to keep fit looks like for a busy individual. And let's face it, no one's chilled out these days, are they? Everyone's busy with their own things. So I think although both of us ideally would have a bit more structure, like we do kind of recommend, it's just not the case. And I think it's a good example for lots of people who maybe think that it has to be really regimented, and like if you veer off course slightly, it's just all out the window. What do you make of that?
Yeah, I think it's very true. And sometimes, I guess, as coaches and trainers, I can feel a bit guilty of being like, I'm not like in peak performance and I'm not like optimizing and super sort of organized with everything that I do around health and fitness. But also that's sort of our approach. That's like what we preach as well. So like you said, we're fitting it in where we can. And I think, yeah, still, this is what works for us at the moment. And it will change as things change for us.
And I think that's ideal, is that there's still enough of a structure there to keep us consistent, but there's enough flexibility that if anything were to change in the coming months, like we very much have the ability to adapt to that and still prioritize our health and fitness as we need to. But I do find with lots of clients, there's this conflict where I'm very much trying to promote what we promote, which is like flexibility, training, adding to your life, not taking away from it. But often when people come to a PT for their service, they've like prepared themselves for this life-changing, all of a sudden they're a gym rat that's in there 5 times a week eating minced broccoli and rice every day. So then when you say to them, like, it's up to you how many times a week you go, it's up to you what you eat, it's up to you how long a session is, it can be a bit jarring for people.
Yeah. And I think some people want that. They want to be told what to do. They are ready to have a transformation and dedicate a lot of time. But I think that's actually quite a minority of people that are actually willing to give up. Because as you sort of take on a new sort of area of your life and you want to focus on your health and fitness, you will be giving up other parts of it. Some bits that are easier to give up, it might be instead of scrolling for half an hour, you might be doing something else. But often it's like giving up going out for social events or, you know, whatever else it might be. And I think the vast majority of people think, if I work with a trainer, this is what it's going to look like. So let me just prepare for that. But actually, it's just not going to work in the long time.
Yeah.
It's not what they actually want, and it's just not sustainable.
Yeah. I was speaking to our boy on that podcast yesterday, my boy, not your boy. And he works with men who are struggling with their body image, and he was saying one of the things he likes to do when he's having that kind of like initial conversation with them is ask them what's after you lose the 10 kilos or whatever their goal is that they come to him with. So like, let's imagine you've lost the 10 kilos, what next? And then that kind of leaves you in a bit of a, I don't know, a bit of a worrying space where you don't have anything to really hold on to. All of a sudden there's no goal that you can attach yourself to. And I think instilling that initially with people, that there isn't a set goal, there isn't like a magic pill with training. It needs to look like however it should look like for your life, not somebody else's. That the benefit of that in the long term far outweighs the initial resistance that there might be of people coming to you and saying like, right, I'm ready to grind, I'm ready to take no days off and all of this rubbish. So I think if there's like a little bit of education at the start, I guess, around, well, what we're suggesting, that training should fit into your lifestyle, then that's going to benefit you so much more in the long term than trying to like push for a 6 or 12 week go at it and then you bounce back after. What's the opposite of bounce back?
Stay stuck.
Oh, yeah, I suppose so. No, bounce back is like positive.
Bounce back is positive.
Okay.
Stay stuck is negative.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. I'm trying to say, what's like what's a negative bounce back?
Oh,
If you like.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Like rebound, but a bad rebound.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on. Sorry, took us down a wormhole there.
So yeah, what does that look like for you in terms of how you're fitting your strength and general training into your routine?
So at the moment, I'm only technically doing 2 strength training sessions a week. These are the 2 right here. And I'm doing what's called forced negative training, which I really enjoy. Maybe we should cover that a separate time. And then the majority of my time at the moment is, majority of my like training time at the moment is mobility related stuff for my back. Because it went about a month ago. And it's actually been quite a slow process to get it back to kind of feeling okay again. So just general workload and my injury has meant that strength training has had to take a back seat, but there are ways to adapt it in which I'm still progressing with my strength training despite dropping down initially 1 and now 2 sessions a week.
How long are your sessions?
Well, because I tack on a lot of mobility stuff onto my strength training. My 2 strength training sessions, if you were to take them individually, are about half an hour or 40 minutes each, but they're quite intense. So you're getting a lot of work. You're getting a lot of work capacity into those 30 to 40 minutes. What makes them longer now is the like social media filming. So that extends them a little bit, and I have to factor that in. But hopefully, most people don't have to do that. And then that also means I get to enjoy other things, like I'm starting to skip again, jump rope, not just skip around. What do you call it?
I just call it skipping.
Maybe
jump rope feels very American.
Yeah. And starting to try and run again, which is...
That's big.
It is, yeah. I'm a little bit concerned. But it should be okay. I've just got to approach it gingerly because of a couple of injuries.
You're not good at doing that normally.
Yeah, well, this is the thing that was another reason why I was like, oh, I'm probably not a good example for people to follow or do as I say, not as I do, because I can jam pack my training schedule a little bit because I want to be good at everything, and that just can't happen if you're spread too thin. But I'm growing up, 2 strength sessions a week only, down from, at one point I was probably doing it every day, but for a lot of my training lifespan, it was like 5-6 times a week. So down to 2, but still making progress. It's a pretty cool place to be.
Yeah, definitely. You don't want to call you out, but I'm going to call you out.
Hey.
Even though you're doing like 2 sessions a week and all your mobility stuff, it seems like you still do put aside a pretty good chunk of time every day to work on mobility, like any form of sort of exercise and movement, like your walks.
Yeah, because I find it really helps me. It definitely helps with my lower back. Could I be doing less? Maybe, but the going for long walks, the mobility, and then any additional training on top of it, I find it has like such a mental benefit. And there is an element of like, maybe I'm using that instead of actually looking at like what's stressing me out and attacking that head on a little bit more. But also I just like love going for an early morning walk, and I love doing mobility and moving my body in a way that is not only helping me, but it's things I can't do when my back goes. So then I'm kind of like, I want to take advantage of when my back is fine, and I can kind of move like that and I guess progress with the rehab side of things. So yeah, it does take up a lot of time, but I kind of do that so I can reap the benefits of it.
Yeah, makes complete sense. And it's something I always have struggled to do as much as you. You're very good at being like, this is completely non-negotiable for me. No matter what's going on in my day, I know I need to do these things to feel at my best, but also just to feel okay in the day.
Yeah. And then so it does look different for you, doesn't it?
Yeah. So I'm doing, I'd say 3 or 4 strength sessions a week. But one of them will be longer, so it'll be like 45 minutes, an hour, and then the other 2 would be like probably like 20 minutes to half an hour, just quickly in between other bits I'm doing, and it'll just be like in this space right here.
Yeah.
And then we've got our joint band session as
well.
well.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
And everything I'm doing is body weight, resistance bands, and the outdoor calisthenics gym that we have access to. So like pull-ups and using the bars, which I'm enjoying.
Neither of us are really using weights at the moment, are we?
No, and I think it's not necessarily out of like choice. I think if we had all the freedom in the world, we probably would have a nice sort of gym, but I think many reasons, but one of them is we're able to like get so much out of just using our body weight and resistance bands, and you've got a couple of other bits of equipment as well, and it's just so convenient, and then also just so much cheaper than going like having a gym membership. I think it's really expensive here, and I definitely encourage people to like prioritize that. But I think for us, we know we can get a lot out of not being at the gym as well, which takes time to like know what we need to do, how we approach it, so that our training is still effective. But it's I think it's been working well for us, and really cool to like, I guess, practice what we preach as well. We're obviously huge proponents.
I think so.
Yeah.
advocates
of champions of like minimal training resistance bands, and it's cool to be practicing what we preach essentially. But yeah, and then I've been doing a bit more running as well. I've never really called myself a big runner. I've always been like a casual, chilled runner. So I've been doing like 5 kilometers every week for the last few months. And then I went on my first long run on the weekend for 11 kilometers. And I was really enjoying it. Like the weather was so nice, I had a nice podcast on. And then I was trying to film it for social media, and then had a trip and really grazed my knees and my elbow. So that was kind of scary.
Come back with war wounds. Yeah, social media gets you in a number of different ways. I feel like you're the perfect example of what like a really messy but realistic strength training program is.
Yeah.
Like obviously you'd like it to be slightly different, I assume, but you've got a PT session at 4:30, you stop other work at 4, squeeze in a 20 to 30 minute session, and then you're into your PT session. Like I feel like that's such a good example of what can actually be done with minimal time, minimal equipment, and it just completely dismantles this idea of what strength training should look like. Particularly for people who aren't trying to step on stage or be a high rocks athlete or anything. If you're just trying to be fit, half an hour in between, 20 minutes in between a little task here and a task there, that's going to be more than enough.
Yeah, it makes the world of difference, like between doing nothing to doing even just one 20-minute session a week is going to be so beneficial compared to doing nothing. And I know people hear it all the time, but I think also people just don't really believe it.
Yeah.
Like they're like, yeah, but is it really? And then it's just finding a way to be able to commit to it and do it sustainably. And there's like so many different ways you can help yourself that we've spoken about a lot, with like scheduling it in with yourself, doing it with a friend, whatever it might be. But it's like, it's the principles of strength training work the same regardless of how many times you're doing it, what sort of equipment you're using. It's about making the thing progressively harder.
Yeah.
Like not every time you do it, but over time, and that's where you're actually going to be getting stronger. And you can do it with just one set, 1 week. If it's a hard enough set, you could be making a really good amount of progress in time there. And I think that's what people really want to see. Like that's what's motivating, is that progress. And if you think, oh, I'm only going to do 20 minutes, like I'm not going to, if you don't have a plan, then it's like you're not going to see progress. So I can't remember what my point is, but yeah, even little and often, just do it can be completely life-changing.
Yeah. And this is what I found with this force negative training that I do. So so there's 7 different exercises, but you just do one set for each of those exercises per week. So like, for example, I'm trying to get to a 1-arm chin up. I do one set of this 1-arm chin up attempt once a week, and that's it. But because that one set is so intense, it's so difficult, I'm trying my hardest to progress towards this goal of a 1-arm chin up. That is enough. It's enough of a signal to send to the body to say, you need to get stronger here. You need to put on muscle to be able to do the thing that this guy is trying to do. So no matter what it looks like, as you say, the equipment, the style of training, whatever it is, just hold on to that idea of, am I sending that signal to the body? Am I asking it to get stronger through the challenge I've given it, the stress I've put on it? And I think that can be quite a good like guiding principle for your training.
Yeah.
Because then time's irrelevant, equipment's irrelevant. You're just focusing on sending that signal. There's something else you said there which I wanted to talk about as well, but it's gone. So I probably shouldn't have said anything.
I was also going to say that also, like, when you go and exercise and when you strength train, not everything has to be for like results and for progress.
Yeah,
even though
that's a
we're
good
like
point.
a huge believer in, like, if you only have 20 minutes, you might as well use it super efficiently to get the results. But sometimes just the thought of signing up to a program or the thought of having to commit to anything like can feel overwhelming. And if you're in that space, like your exercise and your, you know, strength focused training or whatever it might be, you don't need to get any specific results from it. You can just do it, and that's going to do wonders for your mental health and your physical health as well. And that can be it. And then when you're in a better space later on, you can think about doing more progressive training, which is going to give you the strength results or cardiovascular results or whatever it is that you want, that your goals are. But just moving for feeling good, like, is great. It's already a win.
Yeah, there are so many benefits to just moving your body. If we're more prepared, this is where we'd present studies, but just trust us that they're out there. But I think that's a massive component of it, is like the adaptability side of things. Like I've had a couple of clients in the past where I think maybe I've mentioned this before. I've said, like, we need to take, just for this 4-week block or whatever, we actually need to take strength training out of your life. And it feels obviously strange for a PT to say that, or I imagine it does. But we have to understand like what the landscape of your life looks like. And if something starts to stress you out or take away from, I guess, what equilibrium you're trying to find, then it's just not worth having in there. And that doesn't mean that it's out permanently. It just means that there's a restructuring, a reprioritization that needs to happen. And the same can be said for goals. Like, as you said, it can be great to have a goal. It can be also really nice not to have a goal and just move for the sake of moving. And maybe you'll notice you're improving in some things. Maybe you won't, but also that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
The main thing is you're just moving your body.
And I think also you need to like accept that, like, I am just moving my body. I think sometimes if you go into it with a bit of a conflict of like, I want results, but also, so I'm just gonna do this like movement. I know I've been in a place where I've like then felt extra frustrated after the session to be like, oh, but I just like didn't really do anything, or like I obviously did do something, but it's like I don't know like whether it's like leading me to the right direction. But I sort of told myself like I am just moving, but then sort of put these other expectations on which didn't align with what I was actually doing. So
Yeah.
I think to give yourself that grace and that kindness of, you know, I'm doing this for me, for no particular goal.
Yeah, definitely. But also try and get a one-arm chin up.
Yeah.
Takeaways.
Your training can look very different at different points in your life. Be kind to yourself. If you're not ready for anything super efficient and effective, that's okay. When you're in a better place, do that. I realise how much it's not really a key takeaway. I'm just summarising everything.
I think that's useful.
Progressive overload, make it harder when you are ready for actual results.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what equipment you use. Vans are great.
We've got a few if you want some. Adapt. Doesn't matter what your life is looking like if you're super busy, if you've got a debilitating back injury, you've got a busy social calendar for summer or whatever, there is always a way that you can fit something in. It doesn't always have to look like the optimum routine for you. And that will really help you mentally to get to that position that Sai's saying about like just enjoying moving your body rather than holding yourself to a standard that you don't need to hold yourself to.
Even if it's 10 minutes, even 5 minutes.
One big set. Imagine holding a plank for as long as you can, and then you're just going to let those abs grow over the next few days.
And then win. Do something every week. That's it.
Yeah, good point. Come on. Cool, what we got coming up?
We have...
Oh, we've got that run club on the weekend.
Yes.
We're going to do like a mobility session for a local run club. This big city surf run is coming up in Sydney, so everyone's kind of gearing up for that. So it ties in quite nicely with us offering a mobility session after these guys have done a run. So that would be quite cool on Saturday. We're going to be, Sai's working on uploading the exercise library, and then we're going to be going door to door, showing people our bands. Gym doors, not just residential areas. Although, bit of an idea, bit of a brainwave.
Yeah.
And then Sunday we're having a day off.
We are.
Buzzing for it.
Yeah, our fortnightly day off, which will be really nice. It's Christmas in July in Australia, so there might be a few bits we can do. I think that's the official day. Is it Sunday? Is that the 25th?
27th, I think.
Oh, okay.
We're going to miss Christmas.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah, we'll see what's popping off in the city, and then we'll go for a drink or something. Still need to celebrate the bands. All right. Hope you all have a great rest of the week whenever you're listening to this. And we'll see you in the next one.
See you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.